What's up guys, my name is Chay and welcome to the Skyrim Special Edition Mod Showcase. Today we're going to be talking about my top 5 mods from the Nexus Workshop since the game has been released. So without further ado, let's get on with it! In no particular order here, it's number 5. So this mod is known as Ordinator, Ordinator, whatever you want to call it, by Ni Scion, I believe the name is. Now what this does, it is essentially replaces literally all of the perks and stuff that you get. It is freaking mental. It replaces absolutely every single one with loads of newer and more kind of immersive kind of style of stuff. So for example, let's take archery and have a look at what that does. Now immediately it's changed already because the mastery side of stuff is a lot less. I believe that goes up to 5 usually. But straight away you've got these different kind of areas. Now this one, for example, Wing Strikers, when you bash with a bow, it staggers the target, and its bows and crossbows do 20% more damage to that target for 10 seconds. And that's something a little bit different, where you can kind of punch them in the face with it, which is great. You've got stuff like long shots, you've got Ambush Predator. After standing still for 6 seconds with a bow or crossbow, does 25% more damage until you move. Thieving Raven, enemies with 25 feet are disarmed when shot during their power attack. Some of these stuff are freaking crazy. Lion's Arrow, what is this? Grants the Lion's Arrow power. Use this to store the spell you are dual casting. Shoot a fully drawn bow in combat. Also releases a stored spell in the direction of the crosshair, which is mental. That's absolutely mental. Hunt together while fighting only one enemy. Hitting the target with a bow across will manifest a Spirit Wolf. Loads of different things which you can have in here. Now this is completely revamped the entire lot. Okay, it's not just one or two. It is the whole freaking lot. So this will completely change how you play your game and how you focus on certain trees. Before, you can kind of go off and do whatever you want because there's not many of these things. But like in Destruction here, I mean, immediately you're seeing, God, loads of these things. Absolutely loads of them, okay? This goes all the way up to level 100 as well. So there's an absolute ton you can play around with. This adds a heck of a lot more customization to your particular player and is definitely worth looking into. Number 4. Next up, we have Frostfall, the hypothermia camping survival game! Well, not entirely a game, but what this will do, this adds yourself a little bit of more immersion into the game. Now, what it will do is it will make it so you can get cold and wet, and you can die of all kinds of stuff like that. Hypothermia, camping, and survival, essentially what it is. You can build yourself campsites. You will need to get another mod for this one to work, which I believe is just called campsites. It will tell you in a moment on the screen. But you will also need to be able to have this to be able to run properly. Now what this will do, like I said, is it adds yourselves hypothermia. You can get cold, so you need to make sure that you're hanging around. So you can't go kind of running around the tundra for too long because it gets a little bit mental. You might die, which is not very good. But what it does do is add a unique set of kind of immersion into the game, because you can conjure up these like certain little things. You can get yourself a campfire, you can get yourself, you know, little tents or this kind of stuff for you to survive overnight. Otherwise, you will die of hypothermia, which is obviously probably what could happen up in Skyrim, you know, given that it is pretty damn snowy and all, you know. You could die when you're running around in nothing but a vest or whatever, you know. Feet out, you know, just go for it. Feet out, hands out, getting yourself some frostbite. You go ahead and do that, but you will die in real life. And this just adds more immersion and more realism to the game. A kind of a survival aspect to it. Number 3. This mod, which is possibly one of my favourites, is Uniques, which is made by Insanity Sorrow. Now, this is something I've already covered once before in the previous Skyrim, but it has been brought over to the new special edition. Now this is definitely worth getting, because essentially what it does is it replaces all of the unique kind of weapons, not all of them, but a good chunk of them, with the newer model versions. For example, it goes over Bolar's Oathblade, Dragonbane, the Pale Blade, Wind Shear, the Shield of Solitude, sorry. What else have we got on here? The Red Eagle's Bane / Fury. All of these different weapons have been remade to look a lot better. My favourite being Dragon's Bane. It looks freaking awesome, and this is just one of my favourite mods, just simply because it just adds something a little bit more to your game. A unique item should look a lot better than the standard kind of normal items you get in the game, and requires a mod for you to be able to do that. So, go and download this. This is a freaking excellent mod. So, here we have Alternate Start, which has been made by Arthmore. Now, this mod, is pretty damn cool. What it does is it replaces the original start of this game, where you're on the back of the cart, and you spawn in this kind of weird cell kind of thing. I don't even know what it is. It's like a cell. And you've got this here, this statue of Mara. Now, when you activate it, you get to choose from some sort of thought up kind of things in which you can decide what you want to do. So you can arrive on board of a ship, you can own a property, you can be a new member of a guild, a patron at an inn, soldier. You can even go to the vanilla star here if you want to, which has got I got caught crossing the border illegally. Escape this cell, which will basically where you just leave the cell and start on your own. You can be an outlaw, a vigilant Stendar, camping in the woods, shipwrecked off the coast, vampire in a secluded lair, necromancer in a secret location, a warlock's thrall, attacked and left for dead, which is a really good fun one because that just drops you pretty much anywhere, or you can be Enric the Slayer's childhood friend. I have no idea what that is, or you can just get a random one. But this will essentially replace the opening of the game, which makes things a little bit more different, especially if you've played this game multiple times already. You can't bother to go through the whole opening because you don't know what happens. You just want to start in a random location at a random thing. This is definitely the mod for you. And finally, here is number 1. The final mod which I'll be telling you about, number 1 on my list entirely. I know there's no kind of order to this, but this is my favourite of them all. This is Immersive Armors by Hoth Trooper 44. I was so glad that this was brought over to Skyrim Special Edition because this just adds an absolute ton of awesomeness to your game. This is something that you have to get, guys. You need to download this one because this will make your game so much better. Essentially all it is a ton of armor, but he does an immersive weapons pack as well, which I don't think is out yet, but obviously I can imagine it's going to be coming over. But the immersive armor just adds an absolute load of different armors, which I am actually already showing you on screen, then be cycling over. It adds hundreds of these things, like literally hundreds of pieces of armor added to the game, which look absolutely incredible, and often or not he's redone some of the standard armors on there as well to make them look a lot better, because sometimes they can look a little bit washed out and a bit blurry and crappy. Hoth Trooper has gone crazy and has just added them all on here himself. Absolutely fantastic mod. It's about a gigabyte download, so it is an absolutely huge mod. So if you're doing this on your PlayStation or your Xbox, if it's available, I'm not 100% sure, but it will be taking up a massive amount of your space if it is. I believe it just about passes both of the different styles. I think both on Xbox you can get up to 5 gig, I think it is. Sizes of mods, and then PS4 I think is 1 gig. But if you're on PC, who really cares? You can get as many gigs as you want. But yes, they are my top 5 mods. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy this. Please don't forget to give us a god-awful like rating and a subscribe for more mod videos. Let me know what your favourite mods in the comments are down below, and I'll check them out. They may appear in the next video. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you when I see you. And I'll see you when I see you. Toodle-friggin' friends. Goodbye.